Hi there, I'm Java Jim with First Line Equipment. And if you've been following our YouTube channel, welcome back here to First Line. And if you're new, I welcome you to watch this video and many others that I have done, as well as some of our staff have done previously. Today, we're going to be going over the Lelit Bianca and making the plumbing connection for it. But just a few things before we're going to preface is basically use the machine in tank mode for at least 3 weeks if you just get the Bianca. And the reason is plumbing in an espresso machine can cause problems. And by using the machine for at least 3 weeks, you know that the water is not too pure. You also know that the machine is working correctly. And also you can make sure in case you have too much water line pressure, that can also cause issues with the machine. So before plumbing in any type of switchable machine or a machine that's plumbed in and tank capable, it's always good to use it in tank mode first. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, when you're plumbing in an espresso machine, you need to make sure that you regulate the water line pressure. Okay, so typically between 35 and 40 psi needs to happen. Also, if you're plumbing in the machine, you do need a separate shutoff valve somewhere nearby the machine, just in case it's flowing with water. You have a shutoff valve to shut it off. So that's another thing. And then also not just a filtration system, but a system that's going to remove the magnesium and calcium out of the water. And that's another important feature. You don't want to feed it RO water, purified or distilled. Customers are using these 3 types of water, and it causes an overfill problem. So if you have a system in place for giving you purified water or pure RO water, the machine's going to overfill and you'll get a lot of water coming out of the back spout here on the Bianca. So these are some of the tidbits to know before you plumb in the Bianca espresso machine. So we have one here. We have one upside down here. This is the prototype that I received in March of 2018. Still working. I did change to the black wood. Made another video about that. You can watch the other video where we do take apart the machine. So I'm just going to pretty much go straight forward through it, but watch the other video in case you need to know how to take things apart. So one of the first things you want to do is remove the drip tray. Okay, you're going to remove that. You're going to remove the cover for the reservoir and the reservoir itself, so there's no water in the machine. And then what you want to do is put the machine onto its group head. You can get a nice towel right here, or paper towels, whatever, just to protect the group head. I'm pretty careful, so I'm not going to put a towel here, but that's just a little piece of advice. The tools that you'll need: crescent wrench, snips, and to plumb in would be, you need to get the included stainless steel braided hose. There's usually a O-ring that's attached or a gasket attached right here. So one of the first steps is to get your crescent wrench, and if you look here, you have the hose that comes from the bottom of the reservoir as a feed into the elbow of the machine. Now this will typically be crisscrossed here, so you'll uncrisscross that. And if you see here, a nifty feature about the Bianca is there is no switch to say disengage the reservoir. Okay, so there's no switch there. And a lot of these plumbable tank machines have a valve or a lever on the bottom that you need to rotate for tank mode or for plumb-in mode. Those 2 parts are basically eliminated. When you're plumbing in the machine, you're going to basically just pull off the hose and then also disconnect the, it looks like an audio wire that communicates to the brain unit. Once this is disconnected, the brain unit basically is pretty smart and says, hey, there's no water tank in place. So you'll disconnect those. There's a screw here that needs to be removed. The top panel needs to be removed. There's about 9 or 10 screws up there, and then a main screw up here that needs to be removed. So once you get that off, you'll take that off, and that slides right off. So the other benefit is now the machine is actually smaller when you're plumbing it in, because you don't have the reservoir. It's taking up a lot less counter space. I say a lot less, but it's probably around 2.5 to 3 inches in depth or width, depending on where you place the tank. And we have here now a barbed fitting that we need to remove. You just get our crescent wrench here. Now, I always go the wrong way. We take this out, and don't lose it. There is a gasket in here. Okay, so we'll put that on the side. Typically, as of today of this video, we have another adapter here or coupling. We also have a gasket right here. So we're going to take the snips. Make sure not to snip the gasket. Break the tie wrap off. The tie wraps come in different colors: black, white, blue. I've seen them different colors. Take the big one off for the hose, and then we'll extend this out. The hose is typically about a meter, about 39 inches. And we'll take the coupling off. Now, the gasket, coupling here, it's got an indentation. Okay, the gasket's going into that indentation in the coupling. Then we're gonna put that end into the elbow. Okay, I like to hand tighten it. Sometimes if this is your first time doing this, it may be difficult to hand tighten it in, so you may need your wrench. And then I like to go about 1/4 of a turn after hand tightening it. That usually makes a good seal. Okay, so then we'll take the hose here, and on the current batches, yeah, we have an elbow fitting on this side and a straight fitting on this side. Either side can go in, but we'll put the elbow side into the machine. As you can see, I didn't put any plumber's tape. You don't need any, because you have the gasket on one side, and this other side is just basically a compression type fitting. Start it by hand. Okay, so you could put the hose this way or this way. If you want to put the other side to come straight across, you can do that. I'm going to bring it towards the back of the machine, tighten this up. And again here, and sometimes you'll have to put your finger in here to stop it from going into the body. And the reason is you don't really want it touching. So that's pretty much the connection. Now, this side is 3/8 BSPP. Okay, this doesn't go into your national pipe thread. So we do sell adapters from John Guest that you could put the flex tube. We also sell another coupling here, male, that goes to a BWT hose, which will bring it to the 3/8 national pipe thread. So from this point is where it can get difficult. If you get a BWT filtration system for us, which we strongly recommend because we've had a lot of success with it with customers, where it reduces the magnesium and calcium entering the machine. This will fit right in, and then they have the hose that transitions to your plumbing. So that's pretty much how it goes. It's pretty simple. As you can see, another benefit from the Lelit Bianca, which I really like. I mean, a fantastic design by them, and it's pretty easy to plumb in. But remember, 3 weeks using it in tank mode, make sure there's no issues, because now when you transition to plumb in, you may have too much waterline pressure, something else may creep up, and then we know it has to do with the plumbing, not necessarily the machine, because that's where the issues tend to happen. If you have any questions, please comment down below. You can ask down below, or even better, click on the link to our website on the Bianca. We have a Q&A tab that's below the picture of the machine where you can ask your questions. We prefer to go there because most people go to our webpage for the Bianca and not necessarily this YouTube video. If you can, and I prefer if you can, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up because there's more to come. Once again, Java Jim with First Line Equipment, and have a wonderful Bianca day.